In this video, we'll talk about the different phases that Wolverine and Deadpool have gone through together in live-action films, from the earlier ones produced by Fox all the way to the latest MCU Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Chronologically, in the original Fox X-Men timeline, the two met around 1973 as members of the covert Black Ops team called Team X. Back then, a 140-year-old James Howlett, aka Logan, still with his original bone claws, was recruited while serving in Vietnam. And so he, along with several other mutant soldiers on the team, performed clandestine military operations around the world, under the command of William Stryker. Among them was Wade Wilson, a mercenary who was a master swordsman with superhuman reflexes and agility. After a huge falling out, Logan decided to leave, and the team would also later disband. So now, we move forward 6 years later to 1979, when the Weapon X project was in its active phase. William Stryker was leading this secret U.S. government project where they experimented on mutants for military purposes, and he brought in 2 of his former Team X soldiers as test subjects. Logan underwent an adamantium infusion procedure, which gave him an indestructible skeleton alongside his signature shiny metal claws. Wade, on the other hand, became Weapon 11 and hosted a multitude of different abilities taken from other mutants, including teleportation, super healing, optic blasts, and retractable adamantium blades in his arms. Long story short, the two fought, and Wade got decapitated by Wolverine's superheated adamantium claws. Wolverine, however, lost his memory later from an adamantium bullet to the head, while Wade's head was still alive, but never ever mentioned again. As a side note, X-Men Apocalypse, which is set in a different timeline, featured Wolverine still trapped in Stryker's Weapon X facility in 1983, and in a more comic-accurate appearance. And now, we skip ahead a few decades into the future, where both of these characters would be affiliated with the X-Men in different ways. In the early 2000s, an amnesiac Logan would join Charles Xavier's team of black leather-clad righteous mutants. He fought alongside them in 3 movies, and then sort of went his own way, before reuniting with them later as part of the Future Resistance group against the Sentinels. During that war, Logan went back in time, changed history, and created a new timeline, a Sentinel-free future where the X-Men were never brutally hunted down and killed. This new universe also came with a new version of Deadpool, who started off with no powers, but had his recessive X genes activated in an experiment conducted by the Workshop, a modern-day version of the Weapon X program. So this makes Deadpool a mutate instead of mutant, with an accelerated healing factor that is more powerful than Wolverine's. Now, he's still a mercenary, but did fight alongside the X-Men on several occasions, and even joined them for a while as a trainee. Deadpool even had his own separate X-team, the extremely short-lived X-Force. During this phase, these two characters never actually met on screen, although Deadpool did reference Wolverine many times, until the end of Deadpool 2, where Wade's time-traveling shenanigans brought him to the original timeline of 1979. So he helped erase that painful memory, opening doors to a new and better Deadpool and Wolverine story, which of course was the title of their 2024 movie together, having officially joined the MCU multiverse. Before that, remember that happy ending created by Wolverine at the end of Days of Future Past? That didn't last long, as the X-Men all end up dead anyway, including Wolverine, whose dead remains get desecrated by Deadpool. No longer a stranger to time travel, having already played around with Cable's device in his second movie, Deadpool now continues to do it again, with the use of the TVA's Tempad this time. Needing to find a living Wolverine to save his universe, he settles with this one, after going through multiple different uncooperative variants of the Clawed hero. We'll just list all of these multiversal Logans here very quickly. There's Short Wolverine, Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, Cavalrine, Old Man Logan, Patch from Madripoor, Crucified Wolverine, and Brown Suit Wolverine. So Deadpool, together with this new so-called Worst Wolverine, went on a dimension-hopping adventure across the void at the end of time and back into the main Fox X-Men universe. There they faced off against the Deadpool Corps, multiversal variants of Wade Wilson allied with Cassandra Nova. We'll try to name them all here very quickly. There's Ladypool, Golden Age Deadpool, Scottish Pool, Samurai Pool, Kid Pool, Baby Pool, Head Pool, Welsh Pool, Cowboy Pool, Deadpool 2099, Zen Pool, Canada Pool, Detective Deadpool, Fool Pool, Pirate Pool, King Pool, Rich Pool, Winged Deadpool, Harold Pool, and a red-hooded Deadpool with a staff, among others. There's also Nice Pool and Dog Pool, who weren't exactly aligned with that group. And after an intense fight, all the Deadpools stopped at the behest of Peter Pool, whom they all revered. With their combined might and super healing abilities, our Deadpool and Wolverine duo managed to stop Cassandra Nova's attempts to destroy that world, and they all get to stay there, living happily ever after with their friends and family. Or at least until the next time Marvel Studios decides to cast them again. As of now, there have not been any official announcements when either of the two will reappear in the MCU. 3 bonus facts. Number 1, the Deadpool and Wolverine official art book includes a long list of variants that didn't make the final cut of the film. Some interesting versions of Wolverine are Kidverine, Hulkverine, Wolverine in his first ever original comic suit, early 2000s live-action Wolverine, and Ultimate Wolverine. The same goes for Deadpool, with even more ridiculous variants than the ones we saw on screen, with the best one definitely being Wolverine Pool. Number 2, a total of 3 actors have officially played Logan in live-action films. They are Hugh Jackman, Troye Sivan, and Henry Cavill. This also makes an interesting point, as Cavill is known more for his iconic role as DC's Superman. Meanwhile, Hugh Jackman himself once portrayed Superman, unofficially, in an SNL sketch back in 2001. Number 3. Retroactively, Wolverine and Deadpool are now among the first MCU characters to have crossed between different timelines, having already done it in their Fox films, even before the MCU introduced multiversal travel.